I love it. Well, well, well. What do we have here? What's going on, everyone? It's Aaron Williams, and today is the birthday of the little owl, aka Jack Cunningham, my good friend. So, I thought to celebrate his birthday, I thought I'd do something nice for him. For those of you that don't know, last year Jack did a vocal analyst of my Thomas and Friends voice reel, which I really love so much, and I appreciate everything he said in the video. So I thought, you know what? I want to do a vocal analyst on him. So this is gonna be great. Now I'm not gonna just do like one particular video. As you can see, I got plenty of videos of his vocal performances that I want to analyze on. I'm not gonna go through like I'm not gonna watch the entire video for each, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So why am I talking? Let's just get started. So, but first off, for those of you that don't know, Little Owl Jack is a very talented voice actor, but not just voice acting. He's also a talented live actor, singer, and also a great writer. All right, and there's a lot, but there's more to him than meets the eye. That's right, I said it. And he just has a level of, how I say this? He's very expressive whenever he does a character. If it's both live acting and voice acting, he's incredibly expressive and theatrical with it. Anyway, let's play the actual video.
5, 6, 7, 8. Who do we appreciate?
So it's Gordon. 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a slight gruffness in the voice.
5, 6, 7.
Like it's not incredibly deep, but there's a little bit of deepness in there. There's a slight gruff, like 5, 6. It really works well for that pompous, arrogant side of Gordon. And let's hear his Thomas.
Who do we appreciate? Practicing your numbers, Gordon. There's a good engine.
So that's Jack, bringing more of his lighter tone, because Jack's regular voice. Jack has a very light, soothing voice. So he's really, he's using that for Thomas, and it does work for Thomas, especially with how much Thomas has grown and matured. Like, who do we appreciate? Practicing your numbers, Gordon. There's a good engine. And he definitely makes it a little more younger sounding. And it's a really nice voice, and I could definitely see that working for Thomas.
I'm counting how many seconds late you are.
Ooh.
What does that sign say?
Oh. Oh, it sounds like he sounds like he's doing more of like a typical, I'm counting how many seconds late you are. It's very, 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 very snooty sounding. I like that. I'm counting how many seconds late you are. What does that sign say? Oh, let me hear that again. Let me hear that voice again.
Practicing your numbers, Gordon. There's a good engine. I'm counting how many seconds late you are.
I love that. I'm counting how many seconds late you are. He drags it up a little bit. I'm counting how many seconds late you are. And again, I like how he sounds a little snooty right there when he delivers that performance. Let's see.
A Topham hat.
So Topham hat.
What?
James. That is my favorite voice Jack has ever done. His James voice is just.
What's that, Duck? Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all, so don't let that buzzbox diesel tell you any different.
So from what Jack told me, he just kind of bases it more on the Keith Wickham James from Heal the Rails to season 18. And yeah, I could hear it, but I could also hear his energy. There's a little bit of Angela's energy into it. Not the Scouser accent, but the energy, the mannerisms a little bit. So it's like a combination of both, and it just works so perfectly for James. Oh, I love his James voice so much. Are you afraid of bees? They're only insects after all. I love that. I remember when he played James in my Smelly Kipper redub. That yeah, 5 years ago actually. And I remember I was like, wow, that is a great voice. Like, yeah, his James voice is definitely like, in my opinion, the best voice he's done. And I think from what Jack has told me, that's like his favorite character ever. I think. Quote, quote me if let me know if I'm wrong, Jack.
His name is Boko, and he didn't. We are.
Duck. Yep. His name is Boko, and he didn't. Yeah, that kind of I feel like ever since the CGI series came out, when Duck appeared in the CGI series, that's like people's default Duck voice. You know, his name is Boko, and he didn't. We like the way he pronounces his words sometimes. His name is Boko. Um, and yeah, it works. I mean, that's what I do whenever I play Duck. So it's it's a pretty distinctive voice for people to like try to impersonate.
I wouldn't.
Let's see what other voices we got. Oh, his Diesel. Let me hear his Diesel.
Pleased to meet you, Duck. I say, is that James and Henry? Oh, and Gordon
Ooh.
too. Oh, I am.
Oh, I love that. Hold on.
James and Henry. Oh, and Gordon too.
I love that. See, he's so expressive. And Henry. Oh, is that Gordon? Like, I love that. The little what's it called, ad libs he um brings into the voices. Really adds life to the characters. And his Diesel voice, it's like a combination of Ringo Starr and a little bit of Carrie Shell's Diesel. Yeah, man, I'm Diesel. Yeah, that Carrie Shell, the UK, and then later on he becomes the US voice of Diesel. And yeah, it works well for Diesel. I mean, Diesel's one of those characters you really can't go wrong with. And in terms of like the voice, um, at least in my opinion. So yeah, Jack did a great job with that. Oh yes, hold up.
You really don't understand, Donald, just how much the Fat Controller relies on me. Oh, hey. I'm Great Western and I quack, quack, quack. Pardon? Ye heard. Quack, quack you go. Sounds like you're an egg laid.
Scottish accent to a T. It was perfect. I mean, it makes sense because uh, Jack has a Scottish grandfather, if I'm getting that right. So he learned that accent from him. Yeah, and it makes sense. Makes perfect sense, and it's just oof. eh, It feels. It just feels right, you know. Love that. Let's see what we got. Oh boy, Bill and Ben. Let's see what's Bill and Ben.
It's my line of trucks, Bill. It's not. It's mine. Yours are over there, Ben.
Oh, okay. So he puts a little bit of the Scouser accent, like in the CGI series. That's my line of trucks. It's not. It's mine. Yours is over there. I love that. This the kind of Scouser accent for Bill and Ben. That's not bad. That's not a bad Scouser accent. Ooh, Duke.
Whatever are young engines coming to now? You impertinent scallywags. Whatever are young engines coming to nowadays? Never mind.
Yeah. the yep. That's definitely it kind of his Duke voice kind of reminds me of Like, hold on, let me hear the voice again.
You impertinent scallywags. Whatever are young engines coming to nowadays?
It kind of reminds me of Station Officer Steele from Fireman Sam. Um, but it works. It works. I can also hear a little bit of Fowler from Chicken Run in that voice, which again it works perfectly as well. I love that.
Never mind, Grandpa. Fool only young ones.
Mm. Ooh, I think that sounds like a Welsh accent. That kind of a Welsh sort of accent. Yeah, that's one thing I've noticed in the CGI series. Most of the now gauge engines have like a Welsh accent, which yeah, I can understand. I can understand why, and I'm not complaining. It works.
Well, you'd better mind. Unless you want to end up like Smudger. Oh,
Smudger.
Grandpa, whatever happens.
Ooh, oh, let me hear Smudger.
Listen, Dookie, who worries about a few spills?
That very strong Brooklyn accent. Listen, Dookie, who worries about a few spills? My see now my grandmother is Brooklyn, and she hates how people over exaggerate the accent. This is not a criticism towards Jack. I think it's funny, and it does work. Because I know George Carlin gives Smudge a Brooklyn accent, but my grandmother hates how the way people do like pronounce certain words in a Brooklyn accent because that's not how Brooklyn people talk. Yeah. Listen, Dookie, who worries about a few spills? Like that's the kind of Brooklyn accent that I hear with from my grandmother. So, um, but no, I love I do like that. It's much more a little more tough sounding. You know, it's not as nasally. It's more yeah. It's like it's like a tough guy in the alleyway. You know, bro, you want to fight? You want to fight, my boy? Come here. I do know Smudger is based on Stanley, if I'm getting his name right, from the Railway series, and who is an American engine. So I don't know that if that was intentional for George Carlin to give him a Brooklyn accent. I have no idea. Who knows? Oh,
Oliver, but it seems to me that things are not all well with you. If you forgive me for mentioning it. You're quite right, Toad. All I do is shunt these trucks onto the turntable.
okay. First off, that's a good Toad voice. Excuse me, Mr. Oliver. The Pope he based it on the Baldwin voice, which yeah, that's when it comes to Oliver and Toad, Baldwin's my favorite. So yeah, love that. And is Oliver, yeah, again, much like Duck, it's based on the CGI series, and it makes sense because both Duck and Oliver are Great Western, so it makes sense for those characters to have similar accents. And yeah, I love it. Oh, let me hear more of it.
I long for a nice run. It's what an engine really needs.
Love that. I should get Jack. I should get Jack to do Oliver in a few of my projects. Who knows? Let's see here. Oh my God, let me hear his Henry. Actually, hold on, first off, his Stepney.
Should I be away long? What are those strange
Yeah,
sounds?
the Cockney accent. Yep. Again, Baldwin, his Stepney voice. That's my definitive Stepney. And of course, Jack nails the Cockney accent to a T. What are those strange sounds? Love it. Oh God, let me hear Henry.
Henry was wrong. What's that? Cried Henry. It's an amber lamp.
I could definitely tell. Jack loves Baldwin's voices. So like these some of the voices, he bases on some of the character voices. I'm sorry. He based some of the character voices from Baldwin, and I love it. I love Baldwin too. Like I know some people aren't a fan of his cartoony voices, but listen, sometimes a little cartoony, you know, sometimes it's necessary. that doesn't really hurt, and I love it. I love how Baldwin does it, and of course, Jack does a great job with it. Actually, hold on.
Nonsense. Duck would never.
Oh, never mind. Okay, he has a different. Okay, never mind. So like, okay, so he does two Henry voices. He does the Baldwin impression, and then he does the his own take.
Do that. We engines have our differences, but we never speak about them to the trucks. That
Yep,
would be
yep. The more softer kind of Henry voice that a lot of people like myself we're used to, and it really works for Henry's gentle nature. Literally, he loves nature so much. And no, Jack, you do a great job, Henry. I love your Henry voice. Really good. The Diesel, the myth, the legend, Diesel 10. Facts. Facts.
You captured the real me. That's beautiful. I could cry. Boss, we here? All right, now listen, you two. I got a job for you, Splodge. Actually, it's Splatter. And Dodge. I ain't got time to say both names.
Yo, okay. I love his Diesel 10 voice. It's like a combination of Matt Wilkinson and Neil Crone. Like I hear the New Jersey accent a little bit, but then I hear like that tone from Matt Wilkinson, and probably even better than Matt Wilkinson. And like it, when you combine those together, you get a really interesting Diesel 10 voice. I love it so much because I remember I met well, first off, his Splatter and Dodge voice is really good. Second, I remember when I first met Jack, it was we were doing a redub of the Magic Railroad chase scene, and he was Diesel 10, and I was Splatter and Dodge, and I remember hearing his Diesel 10 voice, and I was like, "Ooh, I love that. It's unique." But again, but it also takes in some elements from other actors, and it just, ooh, it just, I just love that. I love his Diesel 10.
Got you this time, Stepney.
Angelus, yep. You know yeah, Arian Burt, yeah. Got you this time, Stephanie. Yep. When it comes to narrators, when it comes to certain narrators doing Arian Burt, I know a lot of people say Angelus, and yeah, I had a feeling, uh, Jack would do a more Angelus impression of Arian Burt.
Harold told me you were a wizard. He says he could beat you at
Yep,
some things,
another
but not
voice
being
I
a
love
submarine.
very
Honestly, I
much.
don't know what you two get up to sometimes, but I do know that you are a really useful engine.
Listen, Fat Controller, the Angelus impression. Mm, mm. That's all I got. That's all I gotta say. Mm. Oh.
I am to collect the Fat Controller and Lady Hat and the Duke and Duchess of...
Yes, Spencer. Another voice that I love. That I love very much from Jack. That's a terrible impression of his Spencer voice. No, this is my Spencer voice. But not. I remember watching I Love Trains is one of his episodes, The Tower of Youth, and when I heard him as Spencer, I was like, yeah, I love his Spencer voice so much. It's again, snooty, like pompous, very, very, I'm better than any of you, kind of like that. You know what? I might as well get that video up. But no, his Spencer voice is just incredible.
If you must know, the Duke and Duchess have business to attend to. Nothing that concerns you.
Yep. Yep. That voice. If you must know, the Duke and Duchess have important business to attend to. Nothing that concerns you. Again, very snooty. Like he sounds like one of those typical asshole rich people you see. And Spencer's basically he's basically that kind of character, and it works so well. Let me get to my favorite part. This
Why are you helping Spencer
this part right
sleep?
here.
You cut in line.
Ow! Here's the what's the merchandise? Don't spill it! You dare bump me? Why, you unwashed little...
And it goes back to what I said about how expressive Jack is with his vocal performances. You dare bump me? He's low, then he brings his tone all the way up. You dare bump me? I love. It drags it up a little bit. Adds like that kind of theatrical style to it. Where is it? Here we go.
You are all ants beneath my boots!
Bro, I love it. That's my favorite of his performance in that episode. Oh my goodness. Incredible. Just incredible. All right. Now we got the good old days, and this is mainly about his Angelus impression, because first off,
one morning, Toby the tram engine was feeling glum. The other engines were busier than ever, but poor Toby hadn't taken any passengers with Henrietta for weeks.
see, like, he really captures Angelus perfectly. So I could tell sometimes whenever I'm in call with Jack. Sometimes I would hear him do the Angelus impression. It's just, he really has a lot of passion for not just doing an impression, but I know how much he loves Angelus. So it just that the amount of love and passion he brings into the impression is just incredible. And it's just spot on. He captures the amount of he captures the tone, he captures the pacing of Angelus, because Angelus is back and forth sometimes. One day he can be very fast, very, very slow, and then one day he can be very, very fast. Something like that. So Jack does a great job of kind of like balancing his pacing. And of course, I remember in this he added the here we go.
There was worse to come. As Toby thundered towards the worksite, he saw Percy dead ahead on his line. Yikes!
Yep. I love that. Yikes! Help, save me. Yep. For those of you who have watched the UK dub of season 5, that's like one of the most memeable quotes from Angelus in that season. Yikes! Love that. Rest in peace, Angelus. By the way, yeah. I may have not grown up with him, but I do like him, and he had a crazy run, especially as a Thomas narrator. Okay, now I don't want to just focus on his Thomas voices. I want to talk about other stuff he has done. And one of my favorite voices that he has done is his Transformers Prime Starscream impression. Incredible. So, let's see this little dub that we did together.
What a team we make! I am so glad you prevailed, Optimus Prime. That wretched Redwing was going to terminate me. Now, if you could just remove my bonds, I can lead you straight to the ring.
He has that Steve Bloom energy. And he has some of that a little bit of a theatrical tone to it. And that's Starscream right there. He's pretty dramatic. He's scheming, he's treacherous, so it just brings it together so well. Because whenever I'm editing his lines and Steve Bloom's lines, they just mash up so well, perfectly. we gotta do more dubs. Me and Jack, we gotta do more dubs with his Starscream voice. Man.
You will lead me there regardless.
You're welcome.
You do not deserve my thanks, Starscream. There was one part I love. Here we go.
Fully ours. Ah!
He even got the scream to a T right there.
We cannot simply enter a human facility to search for Cybertronian relics.
Not even if they stole it.
Not even if they stole it. Again, I mentioned I'm using the word expressive so many times, but he's so expressive with his vocal tone, and his pitch. It's incredible. Love that. Love his Starscream. Oh yes, Bruno. Yeah, but like this is actually this goes into his James voice. Because he definitely adds a lot into his James performance in this video.
The gradient of 1 in 37.7?
There is it.
Just keep.
Clever. But can you handle this?
No!
Wait, what? No! Don't do that! Oh, for heaven's sake, why does this always have to happen to me?
James lurched forward over the
I love that. Why does it always have to happen to me? I love that. It really brings in just the amount of energy Jack brings into James, but also with other characters, and it also shows his acting range as well. I love it. Speaking of his acting range, like, you know, this part right here when James like scolds at Bruno. Also, if you haven't done so, check out his Bruno special. It is incredible.
Bruno, what was that?
I...
The trucks had to do the work for you.
I'm so sorry, James.
Sorry? Sorry? I nearly faced a disastrous derailment, and all you can say is you're sorry?
So much anger. James is pissed. And again, that acting range right there, he knows how to control the voice with different emotions, and it's just incredible. Great job, Jack. All right, we got 2 more left. So first off, let's talk about his Tugs voices. He does 10 Cents, Top Hat, and OJ in this redub. Wonderful redub, by the way. It was fantastic.
Come off it, Big Mac. You're not taking Scuttlebutt's story for real, are you?
That 10 Cents voice. And also the accent as well. I forgot what kind of accent 10 Cents has. But I'm not that there are certain accents I'm not good at knowing, but is it Cockney? I don't know. But yeah, he does a great job with that.
I'm gonna
But-
no good at date again until the fog lifts.
Well, I never thought I'd hear that from a harbour tug.
You know, it's kind of like similar to his Spencer voice. You know, it's very snooty sounding, kind of like, you know, the kind of rich person energy right there. So like his Spencer and his Top Hat, it just, I don't know if he's doing the same voice or if he's changing it up a little bit, but either way, they both work perfectly for each character. Yeah, I love his Top Hat.
You never know.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Really?
Also, I love the reverb he does for Tugs. Like he does a great job editing the vocals. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest things about Jack's voice, well, not just voice acting, but just his vocals in general, is his singing. And one of my favorite covers is his Northwest Passage cover. Let's take a listen.
Ah, for just one time, I would take
Yep.
the Northwest Passage.
Again, he has a very
find the
light,
hand of
soothing voice, and
Franklin
when he sings, it's very just relaxing. Something that you could listen, you could listen to this while sleeping. It's very soothing.
Northwest Passage to the sea.
Love that.
Westward from the Davis Straits, 'tis
Yeah,
there 'twas
Jack has
said to
amazing
lie.
vocals when it comes to his singing.
Mercy route to the
His
Orient
higher
fair, which so
tone
many
is
died.
just he can really hit
Seeking
those
gold
notes.
and glory,
Mm.
leaving weathered, broken bones. And
Especially with a song like this when there's no
forgotten
instrumental. So
glory
he has more freedom to be very expressive with his voice.
One time I would take the Northwest Passage
Without having to follow the instrumental.
hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea.
I love that. It's yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, like, what else is there to say? I mean, his vocals are just, they're beautiful. It's very soothing, light, and they have that higher tone. Like, for a lot of singers, when they have that higher tone, they're able to add a lot a lot of range into it. It's incredible. But yeah, like, it just comes to show how much passion and, you know, how much effort Jack puts into his vocal performances. And he's just he's very expressive. Again, I'm using the word expressive, but it's true. He's incredibly expressive with his vocal performances. Like, and he's still learning, which is good. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are. There's always something you have to learn. I learn. Jack learns. Every voice actor learns. Well, not just voice acting, actors as well. Just actors in general. We all learn. So yeah, keep learning, Jack. Keep growing. Um, and because with Jack, he's also very whenever I hear him talk about voice acting or singing, he's very detailed into it. He's it shows how much, I wouldn't want to say cautious, but he's like very, yeah, kind of cautious. He's careful on how to deliver certain performances with a character or if it's a cover, trying to make sure it's right. But he also does it because, like that's his thing. He wants to do it. Not because people tell him to do it, which that's good. You never want people to tell you what to do. You do what you want to do, what you enjoy, what's your passion. And of course, there's so much passion with Jack with what he does, and that's always good. If you love with what you do, you wouldn't be working a day in your life. That's not always true, but hey, still good. And I'm so grateful to have a wonderful friend like Jack. Getting to work with him or just sit and, talk with him or play games. Like, he is just an incredible human being. And I highly, come on, come on, people. Like, listen, look at this. This man's in 4.31K subscribers. Come on, show some love. And I'm not talking about his reactions, okay? I'm talking about his covers, his voice acting, everything. There's more to Jack than reactions. Give this man some love, okay? Because he deserves it. And Jack, wishing you a happy birthday. Keep up the good work. Keep learning. Keep growing. And to use the words of Optimus Prime, hold on to your dreams.
The future is built on dreams. Hang on.
All right. Hope you all have a wonderful day and be really useful.